Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, Fear looms as President Buhari and Vice President Osinbajo may be stripped of their immunity. But before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. Sitting president will no longer enjoy immunity in criminal matters if the alteration being proposed to the 1999 Constitution by the Senate sells through. Also, to lose immunity is the vice president, governors, and their deputies in the impending alteration. This follows the second reading of a bill titled A Bill for an Act to alter the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to qualify criminal liability for certain public officers under Section 308, sponsored by Deputy Senate President Osinbajo Agege. The explanatory memorandum of the bill stated that this act provides for qualification of the immunity clause to exclude immunity for public officers referred to in Section 308 from criminal liability where the offense involves misappropriation of funds belonging to the federal, state, and local government, and also the use of talk to foment violence. Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution as amended read, notwithstanding anything to the contrary in this Constitution but subject to subsection of this section, no civil or criminal proceeding shall be instituted or continued against a person to whom this section applies during his period of office. A person to whom this section applies shall not be arrested or imprisoned during that period, either in pursuance of the process of any court or otherwise. And C, no process of any court requiring or compelling the appearance of a person to whom this section applies shall be applied for or issued, provided that in ascertaining whether any period of limitation has expired for the purpose of any proceeding against a person to whom this section applies, no account shall be taken of his period of office. 2. The provision of subsection 1 of these sections shall not apply to civil proceeding against a person to whom this section applies in his official capacity, or to civil or criminal proceeding in which such a person is only a nominal party. This section applies to a person holding the office of president or vice president, governor or deputy governor, and the reference in this section to period of office is a reference to the period during which the person holding such office is required to perform the function of the office. The proposed bill provides that a president, vice president, governor, and deputy governor shall lose their immunity if they are investigated by security and anti-graft agencies, including the court. The bill said in part that Section 308 of the Principal Act is altered by a substituting for subsection 2 a new subsection. The provision of subsection 1 of this section shall not apply to civil proceeding against a person to whom this section applies in his official capacity, or to civil or criminal proceeding in which such a person is only a nominal party. B. To persons whom the office of vice president, governor, or deputy governor, if it is determined either by the Economic Financial Crime Commission, Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, Nigerian Police, and State Security Service through a collaborative investigation that the said person is indicted by a court of competent jurisdiction for the first crime is financial misappropriation of funds belonging to the federal, state, or local government. B. Sponsoring of talks to perpetrate violence that cause injury or death of political opponent, a member of his family, agent, or personal representative. Also, on Wednesday, a bill which prescribed a degree certificate as a minimum qualification for anyone aspiring to the office of the president, also scales second reading. The bill titled A Bill for an Act to Alter the Provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the amendment of Section 65, subsection 2, Section 131, subsection D, Section 106, subsection C, and Section 177, subsection D, therein to provide for minimum qualification for election into the National and State Assembly, Office of the President and Governors, and other related matters. 2020 was sponsored by Senator Estefanus Yan of Plateau North. The bill seeks to alter Section 131, subsection D, which deals with minimum qualification or requirement for anyone running for the office of the president. Section 131D of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, stated that the person seeking the office of the president must have been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. The bill says Section 131, subsection D, is now rephrased to read, he has been educated up to at least HND level or its equivalent. The bill also seeks to alter Section 65, subsection 2 of the Constitution, which deals with the qualification for intending members of the National Assembly. The existing law which the bill seeks to amend reads, a person shall be qualified for election under subsection 1 of this section if he has been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. However, the bill said that Section 65, subsection 2A should now be refreshed to read, if he has been educated to at least national diploma level or its equivalent. For House of Assembly, the bill seeks the alteration of Section 106 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. According to the existing Section 106, subsection C of the 1999 Constitution as amended, anyone aspiring to be a member of the House of Assembly must have been educated up to at least the school certificate level or its equivalent. However, the bill proposed that Section 106, subsection C, be refreshed to read, if he has been educated up to national diploma level or equivalent. The same provision applies to state governors. The bill seeks the alteration of Section 177D of the Constitution. Presently, Section 177D of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, provides that any person seeking the office of governor must have been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. However, the bill seeks that Section 177D be refreshed to read, if he has been educated up to at least higher national diploma or its equivalent. A bill which seeks to legalize the sixth geopolitical zone in the country also scaled the second reading. All right, that's the news. And it has sparked a lot of reactions from Nigerians. And this one says there is much to discuss. How about their salaries and their fraudulent retirement benefits? No senator should earn more than equivalent of $60,000 per annum. They should be treated like any other civil servant. And this one said they can't try it. It ends here on social media and newspaper. Well, I think they are in the process of trying it, and we are hopeful that it will sell through. This one says all bills are progressive moves in our circumstance. Gradually, full autonomy and power shall be attained by the federating unit, hopefully. And this one said this would be the best effort if the Senate, as it is long overdue. Kudos to the 9th Senate, and hoping they remain resolute and united to carry it through. If successfully altered, the lure to aspire to executive positions will be whittled for the attendance aftermath. And the last one I'm going to consider here says, so the Constitution Amendment has nothing to do with senators and their thief colleagues. How about their immunity they are fighting for, where Gbajabiamila said he's not part of? How far about that? Nevertheless, I expect all immunity to any political office holder to stop a lot of reactions from Nigerians, and if I want to read it, it's going to take me a whole day. So many, and we just want to look at this. And for me, this is a huge achievement if it will sell through, because I believe right now that they have an idea of an illiterate leading the literates. They have tasted the bitter pill, and it's not funny. Imagine at the level we are, our president does not even have deep understanding of a lot of things that is currently happening. There's another bill that we are hopeful that is going to scale the second reading, and that one has to do with a particular age, which all executives must not get past. If they pass it, they cannot vie for such executive position. I think that one is overly needful also. So some of those old guns who should be, dependent on their retirement benefit, needs to go home and rest. We are tired of old people leading us. We are tired of illiterates leading us. We are also tired of low lives leading us. That is what is causing the problem today. Because even if you are trying to respect the fact that your people are trying to go overboard, for example, what is currently happening in respect to insecurity in the country, an educated president will call his people to order and tell them, if you guys try to get past, because guess what? You may be thinking you are going to return back to them, but you are going to dent your image. The opportunity of any of your children vying for any position and be supported will not be there. Fulani headsmen are trying to do everything within their powers to see how they can take over the country. But I know so well, with the help of God, and before 2023, all of this will be swept under the carpet. And I believe that what is happening to them in Ghana will start happening to them in Nigeria. In Ghana, they don't even have a place. They even had to go on, protests that, hey, they don't even give them identification document. In other words, identity card. They don't even issue them an identity card, just to show you that they don't even regard them there. But here in Nigeria, they go around with all manner of guns, just because the kind of president we have do not have an understanding of what it means for a country to remain united. He doesn't know the consequences of insecurity. Look at today. We can hardly see, experts coming from far and near to invest in the country. Reason is because the rate of insecurity is really threatening. It's everywhere. Guess what? It's in all towns and villages in Nigeria. Most of those who are involved in kidnapping and in banditry today in other parts of the country are not doing it because they feel that the state is not strong enough to combat them, but they are doing it because they know even from national level, their own senior brother, I'm talking about Fulani headsmen, they are doing it and getting away with it. So they are using that opportunity, to ensure that they are using that opportunity to ensure that they just do anyhow with Nigerians. So all the same, would like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let us interact. What do you think about the current issues that is troubling Nigeria?